Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Night Thrasher up against Omega Red mini boss in AQ map 7, and as well as Thanos main boss fight later on. And yeah, so first things first, Night Thrasher does not have any of his synergies active. There's no guillotine, there's no Darkhawk. And yeah, also this week skill champions do not get any attack bonus, so this is basically just a base level Night Thrasher SIG 200 in class disadvantaged fight against Omega Red. And obviously we do have to play relatively careful against Omega Red, mainly because of these spores. We can't let them build up to 10 because we're going to be taking a lot of damage. At the same time, we do have to be extremely aggressive to make sure we counter that aggression regeneration. Unfortunately, I do not get too lucky early on in the fight, and I also waste a level 1 because I dropped a duplicate buff. And that, in fact, will end up costing me quite a lot towards the end. But nonetheless, we got our taunt on, which is going to be perfect. It's going to help us baiting out these special attacks from Omega Red much easier. Therefore, we're not going to have to struggle with that regen so much. Because sometimes when he refuses to throw his special attacks, that aggression regen just gives him back so much health. Additionally, keeping up max Despair Mastery with 3 to 4 debuffs pretty much at all times throughout the fight is going to help me mitigate the regen he's getting by quite a considerable amount. And at this point we have built up to 10 Furies and we are starting to hit, well, we are hitting quite hard. However, it's nowhere close to the damage he is capable of doing if he has Darkhawk synergy. And that will be the key difference here. I will end up timing out in this fight. He will have like I think 10-20% health left towards the end of the fight. So in this 1 minute after he has been built up, he's actually going to manage to do a really large amount of damage to this Omega Red quite quickly without much issues. Because we can see that his level 2s also give me precision buff, which increase my crit rate quite considerably. Therefore, I do start doing so much more damage. But yeah, in this fight, I should have been slightly a bit more aggressive, or I'm definitely also paying the price by misshooting one of my level 1s and trying to drop a duplicate buff. If I had another special attack in me, I could have potentially finished it out. Unfortunately, however, I will end up timing out. Now for the next days, because it is extremely hard in my alliance to actually catch Omega Red mini boss. Everybody kind of like wants and tries to fight them. I will in fact try and do this fight again with Darkhawk synergy to see the difference, because if I'm going to be able to reduce this Omega Red's armor rating by significant margin, I am 100% confident I would have been able to solo this fight. So yeah, Omega Red remained at 20%. However, we didn't really take all that much damage, and it was definitely a smooth and good fight from Night Thrasher. And also at the same time, I have been trying to get more and more practice up against this nameless Thanos. His inverted specials still quite often do throw me off, just because you can't really run the risk of blocking them either too much. And yeah, he's one beefy of a guy. However, Night Thrasher actually plays this matchup extremely well, mainly due to his power gain. Because every time we dex or parry, we gain a chunk of power. And his specials are projectiles. I mean, Thanos' specials are projectiles. So every time Thanos drops his special attack, we do gain a bunch of power. And that lets us get to our special attacks quicker. And typically, if opponent has a taunt on, and especially against this Thanos, he likes to throw his special attacks much more kind of like commonly against opponent like Night Thrasher, where you constantly keep knocking him down on the ground, so on and so forth. So here we can see that we manage a nice kind of like dashback intercept. We drop another level 1. At this point we had already at 10 Furies. We're starting to do some really good damage. But yeah, as we all know, this Thanos is extremely bulky. He also has huge armor rating. That would be definitely where the Darkhawk synergy come in. And now, in fact, I am quite excited to try my Night Thrasher up against these guys once again when I have Darkhawk with me, to see how much of a difference it will make. However, I'm still quite happy with the performance of Night Thrasher and the way I did in these fights as well. I think in Omega Red fight I could have been a bit more aggressive, possibly finish out without a timeout, maybe not. And this Thanos fight is going extremely well. So we have lasted a full-on minute and a half against Thanos, and we're dealing some considerable amount of damage, earning some serious AQ points as well. And yeah, Night Rusher seems to have found his groove. We're dropping a lot of level 1s, therefore we're knocking him down. We're baiting out the specials, we're not mixing the controls up. 2 minutes in the fight, we have definitely done a considerable amount of damage to him. We have landed 95 hits against this guy, and the fight is going quite smooth, and he is in fact going down in a reasonable pace. Now, I do make a small slip up there. That special does touch my block, and that leaves me at 1%. However, 1% is all we need if we don't get hit or touched or basically, yeah. So 1%, we're still carrying on, doing our best. Half a minute left in fight. And yeah, I was quite happy with the damage done in this fight by Night Rusher, also by my own performance lasting this long against this big guy, potentially closing in on a timeout here as well. Unfortunately, I will make a small slip up though with like 3 seconds remaining on the clock. Not that it makes much of a difference, but still I will end up getting KO'd by this guy. And with that is also pretty much all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons. See ya.